All right, so the news is in. Laptop prices, iPhone prices, you name it, home prices even are gonna go up. And this is all because of AI. If you don't believe me, go to believeItOrNot.com and you shall see. Just kidding, don't go there. I don't even know if that's a real website. Guys, the news is in. It's not a secret anymore. AI is changing the game, and your next phone, your next laptop is probably gonna be jumping up $200 to $500 in price for the same type of device. Now, what do I mean by that, and where am I getting at this? If you look around, AI is sucking up dry all the chips, all the semiconductors, everything you need to run AI is going to be taking it. It's taking precedent. It's taking first place, the number one buyer, and that is the data centers, the AI data centers, whatever you want to call it, whether it's Meta, whether it's Google, Microsoft, Samsung, TSMC, the people building it, the people creating it, the people purchasing it, shipping it, selling it, every device in your home, even your Ring doorbell cam has random access memory, RAM, DRAM, whatever you want to call it. You can't even avoid it with the Nintendo Switch. So what do you want to do? What should we do in this time of unprecedented time? Remember that in 2020? Guys, this is real. It's going to be marked as history that all of these prices are just going to continually go up. We're going to be having the same type of device with less RAM and less product. And I'm going to get into it right now. So I don't know if you noticed, but laptop prices that just went up just with the Apple right now. If you've seen the MacBook Neo, it came out about a few months ago. It's a nice little starter kit. It's like the bigger brother of the Google Chrome. That went up $100 already. And the MacBook Air is already at about $1,200 now as the base model. Now, again, it's a pretty sick product for the price. Actually is a good price for what you get, but it's creeping already. It's steadily creeping in price. And the reason why is because supply and demand. Basic economics. Now, I got a D in economics. You could tell by my life that I truly didn't understand it, but this is what's happening to all the devices. Now, I don't want to panic you and do doom and gloom and say, hey, you better run out and buy 15 computers. But I'm going to tell you this, if you're looking to get a new phone, you're going to want to keep that in mind because in July 22nd is going to be Samsung's Unpack event. Now, if you don't know what that is, even if you're not a Samsung fan, that is going to be the release of the first and the biggest companies of a flagship phone. Google had theirs not too long ago. They had the glasses and some other stuff coming out. But Samsung has been releasing supposedly the Z Fold 8. We all know that's an expensive device. It's going to run at least $1,800 from the starting point when it first came out to now, I'm guessing $2,200, $2,500, $2,500. Now, it's probably going to be the fully loaded model, but we're going to see this significant increase in price on these products right now because Samsung will be one of the first ones releasing a flagship model. Unless Apple releases the iPhone 18 Pro Max tomorrow, then that might happen, but I don't really see that happening. When we see this launch with Samsung, we're going to truly know why the cost has gone up. We're going to see, okay, DRAM, RAM, whatever you want to call it, it's affecting everyone. It's affecting every phone, every device on the planet, and that is because of these data centers. Think about it. One data center, one rack of AI board system, whatever it's called. I barely graduated high school. That rack is thousands of phones in comparison. It's like a thousand phones in one rack, just for one rack, right? And they have thousands of racks inside a data center. So you can only imagine, hey, should I sell to a data center that takes 1,000 phones in one purchase? Or should I sell to a phone company that takes 100,000 phones to match the data center? Well, yeah, it's pretty clear. So that's why they're winning is supply and demand. They're getting supplied, the demand is high, and we can't keep up. The companies here, especially in the US, can't keep up. It is out there, it is crazy. If you see these factories, they are making chips, semiconductors, all of these units nonstop galore. It is insane. So when you're gonna go out to purchasing your phone, you're gonna wanna keep that in mind. I want you to screenshot this, write it down, do whatever you can, and truly remember, okay, if I'm gonna buy this device, do I need it? Do I want it? Or is it something of utility? Is it going to be useful in my life? When I wake up every day, am I going to look at that phone or I'm going to look at that laptop or that iPad? Am I going to say, you know what? My life got better. My life has improved. My marriage is better. Everything. You got to think about that because these are products that we have in our hands from 4 to 6 hours a day. I want you to look at your phone right now, go to settings and look at your screen time. I guarantee you it's 4+ hours. You know why? Because so is mine. So keep that in mind. This is a crucial point here in America that we really need to take hold on what we need to achieve. Not just messing. Anyway, so think about that. It's almost like a ransom note if you think about it. They're saying, hey, purchase now or it's going to go up in price. And And rumor has it, the RAM and the specs, they're going to sneak it in where it'll be even lower. So say you get a phone, it's $1,000. Okay, not too crazy, right? Device payment plan, whatever, upgrade. Wait, I only get 8 gigs of RAM? I only get 4 gigs of RAM? Now, I don't know if anyone's going to drop it that low, but that is potentially the rumor that is going around, that we're going to get less phone for the same price. And that's kind of how they bring it in. So picture getting an F-150 instead of getting a V8 and it's 60 grand, you're only paying, you're paying 60 grand still. You're like, oh, cool, it didn't go up in price, but you have a 4-cylinder. It's a little weird, right? That's equivalent to the RAM. Random access memory gives you the speed to run all your apps, all your gamings, everything to just function very smoothly, especially if you have a 120 gigahertz screen. That refresh rate, that takes a lot of RAM, random access memory, semiconductors, chips, all of those things come into play. So don't take it lightly. This is something that's going to be affecting all of us because we all have devices that need those products, that need those semiconductors, that need those chips. So we have to really look at it. Now, every device has memory chips. Like I said, the data centers are getting the bulk of it. They're going to be taking on more and more. And what is coming up right now? The Unpacked event, summer is ending. People are taking selfies. All these new devices are coming out. But more importantly, the next few months, what do we have? Black Friday. We have November, then Christmas, the holidays. Oh my gosh. Why do you think Apple announces their phone around September? It's because they know people are planning for the holidays. People are already going in debt now. So keep that in mind. If you have a house, say, okay, how much equity do we have in that house? Because some of that equity is going to have to go into your random access memory, your new phone, a new laptop. How are you going to show up to a work event or a Christmas party, Christmas dinner for work or your friends, and you have an iPhone 17, you don't have the iPhone 18? What are people going to think of you? It's not about having a new car anymore, about keeping up to the Joneses, about the new Mercedes, the new Lucid, Tesla, whatever you drive, BMW. It's about what phone do you have, man? Like, bro, you're still sporting an iPhone 15? Get out of here. If you want to sit at the table, you got to have the latest and greatest. That's what it's about. Remember, it's not about getting rich. It's about looking rich, because when you spend time looking rich, you'll eventually become rich. Now, what are we going to do in all seriousness is we really have to see what matters. You really have to see, do you really need this device? What is your lifestyle like? Now, when it comes to laptops, I think a lot of students and kids, they're normally going to revert to a MacBook, unless they're like a hardcore gamer or something. They're going to go with maybe like Razers. Those are super expensive too, actually. They're not cheap computers, but you're going to have to see what the utility is for your device. If you're a student in college or high school, I would not go with the Chromebook just because it's so complicated and simple. I'm not trying to be an Apple fanboy here, but the Chromebooks, they're very like clunky and chunky. Maybe if you're like really young, like my kids are like 5 and 6, they're not gonna need something fancy. I don't want to spend $600 on a laptop. They're probably gonna break in a week. So maybe you're a teenager or you have a kid in high school and going to college. I would stick with something like the MacBook Neo or something affordable through Dell, and then also the MacBook Air for serious college students. Now, if you're studying something really simple like arts or fine arts or the study of history, please don't get a crazy laptop. You don't need it. You're going to be watching a lot of YouTube and shows and Netflix. Like, come on, let's be real. But if you're doing something hardcore where it's whether medical or architecture or design or law, then get a nice beefy laptop. You need it to last you at least 5 years, because majority of the time these kids are working part-time, full-time. Things happen. They find love. They get married. They transition into adulthood, so they have to get a real job while going to school. Things happen. So I would get something that's worth your while. Now, that base model of your laptop, you're going to want it to be at least 16 gigabytes of RAM. The phone, at least minimum 8 to 12. I would say 12 on the safe side, because what's going to happen is you're going to get that base model and you're going to feel like you saved a few bucks, but it's going to slow down. You know how it is. All the software updates, iOS, Google, Android, all those updates, Samsung, it jacks things up. It makes everything slow. And then you're like, man, I'm back to square one, a slow phone. I personally have an iPhone 13 mini. I use it because I like the size, but it is on its last leg. It hesitates when I try to take a photo. It's super slow. I've taken off thousands of photos, apps, everything. I barely use it now. If we're out and about with my wife and kids, I use her phone. She has iPhone 16, I believe. Her camera is amazing compared to mine. Mine's a piece of junk. So keep that in mind. You want it to last. And also for those people that maybe you have a really slow phone or it's not in the budget and you don't want another device payment plan, make your bills shoot up, look at refurbished phones. Now, I know it sounds like some people are like, oh, I don't want a broken phone, blah, blah, blah. A lot of those phones, if you get them at Best Buy, they actually have refurbished discounts and they have certified warranties. Not all of them, but most of them do. So I would look in that realm. Look for those deals, look for those prices, because once this AI boom takes off, I'm not telling you to go buy a phone out right now or laptop, but I'm telling you to be conscious. If your phone is on its last leg or your laptop is dying, it's super slow, it can't function the way you want it to at the performance that you need, then definitely look at refurbished. The next step, look at new, but don't go too crazy. You don't need an S26 Ultra. You don't need the iPhone Pro. You could get away with the iPhone Air. Think about it. You're taking photos, sending emails, you're doing basic stuff for work. That's it. Even if you're a content creator, it's content over quality. You don't need the craziest 4K camera. All you need is something that works, something that's efficient, something that will get the job done. So if this has struck a chord with you guys and you think this is something that could really change, are you going to stick with your current phone? Are you going to upgrade? Are you going to transfer to another brand, go from Android or maybe go to Apple? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'm going to have some links there for you to look at and click. It does help the channel grow because since I'm a YouTube sensation and my parents are very proud of me, it goes a long way. Until then, I'll see you in the next one.